And a very happy Friday to everybody out there. This is Temierus here, and with the hot new game of Battle Royale Trainer. Because the Battle Royale games are popular, so people have to make games that involve the Battle Royale games. It's what you do in the market. As we can tell by the watermarks down here, it's built in the Unreal Engine by the company Trick Jump. The interesting thing that I'm noting, if we're going to look at the watermarks here, is down here in the bottom it says copyright of 2017 by Trick Jump, but the Unreal Engine copyrights are already updated to 2018. So that's slightly entertaining. Now I will preface this with I've never actually played really any of the Battle Royale games. Well, I played the one that was the stock low poly Unity dudes with a stock Unity AI on them. I've already forgotten the name of that game. That was many moons ago. So that one I have seen, and I have seen some videos of people not necessarily playing the Battle Royale games, but discussing the Battle Royale games. And they have the gameplay going in the background. So I'm just going off of context clues at this point. I do have an idea of how they're supposed to function. But this one's apparently supposed to make me better at it. So this will be a good test of it. A complete clean slate. Alright, so let's see what we can do. We can do a red dot. We can do a holographic. Is it actually changing? Okay, it does change things, so the red dot and the holographic look exactly the same, as do all of the magnification options. Alright. What we have for weapons, we have a Scar L, an AKM, M16A4, which we had already, M416, UMP9, UMP9, whichever fits your fancy. I've heard it both ways. A Car 98. That just looks so... All of those just look so wrong on that gun. How do you even attach it? That's not an original Car 98 if you have a pit canny rail there. Okay, we got the AWM and this 1897. Which that one you can't put stuff on because it doesn't have a pit canny rail, but that one, yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and do that. It does. Who would take that? That's actually a pretty decent condition car. Who would take a pretty decent condition car and just slap some pit canny rails to the top of it? That just incinerates the value of the thing. Oh, we get muzzle attachments. Okay, it's just a compensator on whichever one you have. Those don't look like very good compensators. They look more like suppressors to me. Okay, pick a gun. We'll go with a Scar, why not? I'm not gonna have the compensator because it looks ridiculous. I get a vertical foregrip. Does he use it? Nope. Because why would he use the vertical foregrip? And we have quick draw mag, extended mag, and extended quick draw mag. All of which look the exact same as the standard mag. Alright then. Why does the Scar have... Why? Why? That's not the iron sights it even comes with. God, just put the Magpul flip-ups on it if you're gonna do something like that. That just looks goofy as all hell. We're gonna put the red dot on it. Which also looks like the common holographic size. I don't know what any of these other options mean. I've spent here long enough bitching at the gun that the guy's holding. Hey, we have character skins. Random, 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 random. These don't look all that diverse. Have we already gone through all of the options? Or does the random button just keep giving us the same ones over and over again? Kind of like a Smash Brothers random button. It will always be sure to give you copies. At least that's what it's always done for me. There's always at least one duplicate character in there. It's like, come on, game. Come on. Let's just go with that. I'm tired of looking at... yeah, we'll go with all that. Start. Okay. Now, I looked around at some Steam reviews here because, maybe I could get a better idea of how accurate this is going to be for training us for a Battle Royale game. And from what I keep seeing of people that have actually played the Battle Royale games, particularly the PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, which is still a mouthful of a name, they stated that, no, this game is completely off for that whole instance. Okay. So I just have to find the enemy dudes and get it. Like they were saying, the recoil of how the guns are behaving is not the same as the game that you're supposed to buy this to get better at. So, that's there. The other thing that I find interesting is every bit of footage I've seen for either Fortnite or Battlegrounds is they're both exclusively in third person, is what it seems. Again, I could be wrong. I haven't actually played either of those. And they seem to be third person games, which makes it seem odd that we can choose an option for first person. I am noticing, though, how we immediately are not having any form of equipment on the ground to pick up, because I know you do that in those games. Nor did we jump off of an aircraft and parachute in, which, again, you do in those games. The guy's shooting, so he's seeing us at some points. I just need to find him. And I don't really know where else to look for him. So judging by everything I'm seeing here, this seems kind of like my first game style of construction on everything here. It's a very tight-in map. Aren't these Battle Royale games normally a bit more open with maybe a little bit of urban sprawl? They seem to be very out in the middle of nowhere. Oh, that's fun to know. Okay, so yep, that's good. That's good. This is a game that does not help you at all with being able to shoot in third person. That ammo counter. Hang on. Yep, looks like we got unlimited ammo. All right then. So why should I attempt to act careful? Is it for some personal score or something? Because I ain't looking for any personal score right now. I'm looking for enjoyment and having a good time. Which so far in this very silent expanse, I have not gotten. There's a dude. Okay, there we go. That's how you're supposed to do it, right? Especially when you have unlimited ammo. He's not even holding the gun. Put your damn hand on the gun! No, don't use your wrist as a brace, you moron! God damn. And is his neck clipping? I think his neck is clipping through that bandana. That's even more fantastic. His cars look like they're made out of wood. Alright, so I guess we sweep this house now and try to find the last motionless AI. I'm gonna assume they're motionless because why would I go through all the trouble to put an actually functioning AI into the game that I'm charging $4 for? Because it is $4. So, I guess there's that. Oh, because I'm just trying to find ways to fill a silence. But I know sometimes when I have been talking about the stock nature of certain games, and then pointing out the stock nature of them, and then being sometimes a bit miffed at the stock nature of the game, people are talking about the Unreal versions of them look good and can obviously get good ratings for good graphics, and that means that more effort was put into them. in case you haven't messed around in the Unreal Development Kit, which is what you'll use to make an Unreal game, the Unreal Development Kit ships with Unreal Tournament and like Gears of War assets just baked into it. So it's already got some pretty decent looking major publisher developer assets in it, because the major developer that made the engine and gave it off to everybody put those assets in it, and they even use those assets to test. I mean, heck, I remember when I was learning the damn thing, there were tutorial videos that would just be like, okay, now to show it happening in the game, and then just start up, and it's like in Gears of War with Marcus Phoenix, and they're interacting with the environment that they just built, because I was wanting to go more for the level design aspects. There he is. Oh, I didn't get to look at our progress. We have to do this again? God damn it. At least he's not hitting us. So there's that. So they've changed where they are, I'm guessing. That's good to know. So back to what I was saying. So yeah, I was originally looking at the level design stuff because that's where I spend a lot of time at. Like the Age of Empires, Age of Kings. I mean, I have put so much time in that scenario editor, it's probably not even funny. I'm pretty sure the time I've spent in the scenario editor rivals the amount of time that I've done in the scenarios themselves. And it's quite a chunk of change. The other thing I did is I remember it was Halo 3? No. It wasn't. Was it 3? One of the ones that launched with that Halo Forge thing. I actually know because a lot of people were getting it at roughly the same time I was, and there were a couple people that were getting the game and immediately launching up onto the campaign, which is good. There's a campaign in there. I sometimes lean to the idea of if it's got campaign and a multiplayer, you should at least start the campaign before you dive right into the multiplayer, but that's just me. And I know other people that, of course, went right into the multiplayer because it's Halo. That's what you do with it. And I got it, and the very first thing I did was load up the Halo Forge and was in that for 6 hours before I even shot a gun in Halo. Because I always had fun toying around with those environments. Oh, there he is. One shot as you float in the sky after you clip through the wall. 'Cause that's what you do. That is indeed what you do. Did also notice that we lost health and then it just immediately regenerated. So I don't know how that's making me better at the Battle Royale style games because you have limited ammunition and I'm pretty sure non-regenerating health. I think you have to get items to regenerate health. The only one I know for definite though is definitely that you have limited ammo. I know that is a thing. I also think you have limited sprint, but that one I don't know. I know there's energy drinks in the Battlegrounds one, and that's typically what an energy drink does in a game, is restore your stamina meter for sprinting. But I could be wrong, because, again, have not actually played any of those. It's not really because I've had no interest in trying to play them. I mean, they do look like they could be entertaining. It's the issue of, I know if I play it and I am entertained by it, it's gonna suck up a lot of time, which I do not have very much of these days. It'd be awesome if that could change in the future, but I have no idea whether that will or won't. Perhaps one day. One can dream. Okay, where the hell is this last guy? We'll just skip ahead to when I finally find the bastard. Alright, I am just upset and bored. I will leave it up to you to look at the time that I left at, to the time it says now, of how long I have been running across every square inch of this silent map and still haven't found that last enemy. I am honestly expecting he's not even here. I mean, I was going to get benefit of the doubt. Maybe he's like clipped into a wall, because then I could at least find him and then shoot him and be done with it. Or maybe he spawned below the ground level, and then I was pressing buttons and I couldn't remember how to get to the developer console. And at this point, I just think he either just didn't spawn, or there's just not a fifth spawn point here. So, yeah, I'm done with this nonsense. Let's go look at some other nonsense, I guess. We'll go to the woodland one. Oh, look at that, our map even changed. Ooh, hit the start button. I didn't bother to check any other option, because actually, no, maybe I should. Maybe I should. It looks like this is long range stuff, so we'll go there, and let's see here. I bet those don't do a damn thing, and we'll make it ridiculous. That's not the kind of scope that would put on that to do that. And we'll go first person. We'll do that. All right. We don't have a left hand or arm to properly hold this rifle, which these things are heavy. It was the 40s, for crying out loud. I mean, this is the... Actually, these came out before the 40s. This is the same era that we had the Mosin Nagant, you know, famous for shoot it once to dislocate your shoulder and shoot it again to relocate the shoulder you just dislocated. And then turn around and use it as a oar. The thing is just stupid long. Ugh. Kicks like a mule, though. But as it should, really. For brutally honest here. That. Okay, if you press the right mouse button and you press it for too long, it won't go into the scope. So you gotta be sure you're quick on it. Because you know, this is a shooter game now, which is probably having a... There's... I bet that guy is not that muscular to feel the recoil of that thing like that. I'm sure these guys probably have never seen the bullet that even goes inside of a car, let alone how much it kicks. I mean, I personally haven't gotten to shoot an actual German car. I have shot the Swedish version of it, and the 8mm Mauser, and that it kicks a fair amount, but it doesn't really hurt as long as you're, you know, shouldering it right. It doesn't really hurt because that Swedish Mauser is freaking heavy, and it just eats it all up. But the 8mm, pretty big round, pretty nice round, honestly. Oh. I really need to get a hold of my cousin. We need to go out to the range again. He's got some new stuff. I have a cousin that's going into gunsmithing school, so he's just constantly building new guns that he wants to go shoot. And he wants me to test the things that he builds because I'm apparently a better shot than he is. There he is. Do I have a hold breath button, I wonder? That was weird. Okay. Not sure what the alt key does. Whoa! We have no gun. Alright then. I guess that's a thing. So alt apparently enables a free look, which then despawns the gun, and it doesn't seem to respawn. Even if I reload. Alright, well that's cool, I guess. That's cool. For, you know, a finished product on a storefront. Yeah. Well, we got our crouch key. Does V do anything? V doesn't look at it. F doesn't seem to do anything. Q and E do a lean. Do a little lean. Which really isn't that much a lean. I know R reloads the gun because I've done that. T. Oh! Maybe I should have used that before. That's good to know. G doesn't do anything. Nope. Okay. There he is. Oh, I held it too long. I don't know how he missed us, but he did. We'll reload, because why not? I can't see him from here. Darn, I was hoping I could do some long-range shots like some kind of MLG Pro. Because I'm sure that's how this thing's going to market itself. There he is. There we go. Yay. Sir. Over there. Way over there. Quite a ways over there. I like how the distances take a 1 second delay to update rather than do the nice smooth update to get that nice streaming, the constant just flicking of numbers that you get in games that do that. It's always much more enjoyable to watch. Oh. How to fill the silence. I guess I could continue to talk about Unreal assets, because there was a... Shit, which game was it? It was the one that we went into a castle for. And didn't really work. It was a zombie game. I remembered it was a zombie game, and I kept trying to switch out the pistol, and the skin kept changing. Shit, why can't I remember the names of these stupid games? Oh, well, it's not important. I can look at the channel, or I'll probably add in the edit like I keep doing of being an asshole to myself, of pointing out things that I mistakenly say. So it'll probably be that with the actual game name up there. Just probably a little while ago. But yeah, I ended up finding out that absolutely everything in that game was a stock asset. Well, not absolutely everything. Everything I looked for, I was able to find straight verbatim on the Unreal store. So, I'm sorry, the Unreal Marketplace. That's it. Oh, he hit him in the torso. That would have dropped a man, but apparently not. So, yeah, so on the Unreal Marketplace, you can find a lot of assets for sale there they're just straight from Unreal Engine games. I mean, in that game, that's where their castle map came from, was Infinity Blade, which was a mobile game that was made in Unreal. Because that's a popular thing to do, apparently, is use Unreal to make your mobile game. But yeah, you can also, when you have these tools, you can also start ripping into any game made Unreal and get their assets out. I mean, that's how I ended up finding Mass Effect assets, because I was a bit proud of this one, because I went ahead and ended up finding the multiplayer models from Mass Effect 3, and I took one of the Quarian models, because somebody had on DeviantArt. I went on there and just told him, like, this is exactly what I was looking for. I put a stupid sounding comment of praise to the guy for having these assets. Ran out of breath there. Remember, take deeper breaths when I talk a lot. I was able to take that, then I had to load it up in the XNLAR, or is it XNALAR? One of those names. It's a poser utility, and I had to use that to basically guess to where the bones were for a Fallout 3/Fallout New Vegas model, and then took it and added it into Fallout 3 New Vegas, because I have no shame in admitting it. I clearly have a problem when it comes to liking that particular race from that particular science fiction series. I mean, hell, for the past 3 days, when I've been bored on my phone, I've just been looking at fan art for him, which there's some good fan art out there. I did end up finding out that there's apparently some Tali statue that I didn't realize was released. I'll probably throw a picture of that one up because I have to fill the silence of this thing somehow. And I found that and I'm like, oh, well, shit, I got to count my pennies and grab that thing because, again, I have a problem, but I have no intention of fixing the problem because I don't have a problem with the problem. So, got to get me that. So, yeah, that's how, if you ever see, like, fan art from those games that are the character models, because somebody went in and they just ripped all the assets out of them. Because that's what you do when the professional design utility is put out for games. I mean, if you had the Unity tool, you could probably grab all the Unity games on Steam and just start ripping all the assets off of them. Then you don't have to pay for the stock assets. Some people did. I'm sure there's that. Now I think about it, I'm sure there's asset flips out there that did that. Where all they did was just rip it off of another asset flip so they didn't actually have to put any money. Man, that is a really dick thing to do now I think about it. This is a really dickish thing to do. But, again, I'm not going to be surprised if somebody's doing that. No, let's try and make the AI more difficult. Let's try and do that. Maybe they'll make it hard. We'll just go jump into the deep end. Give me AKM with a holographic sight. We'll keep it first person, and you know what? We'll give ourselves this in case we need it. We'll get some attachments. Get some attachments on there. We got to be ready. We got to be prepared. Put a cheek pad. I'm sure it doesn't. I can't put a cheek pad on that. All right, let's do this. Let's rock and roll. Okay, they're all over the place. All right. I'm not seeing anybody moving. Oh, no, there is somebody moving. Holy shit. Someone's moving. Where'd he go? Where'd he go? It's behind that tree. I can't believe it. I saw it. I witnessed it. Somebody moved. I witnessed it. It's pretty sad that I'm just so excited that I ended up seeing that character model move around. And we died. All right. Let's do this again, I guess. Because now there's actually a challenge afoot. Oh, we're getting just hit. I just can't really see the people who we get shot at. Huh. Wonder why the AKM is... Oh, there's probably a button to switch the fire mode. I don't know what button that is. You know what? I'm tired of looking at the gun. Come on, go away. You did it last time. Oh, I can't make the... I guess it was an accident to make the gun model disappear. I can't do it by command. Man, he is actually moving around back there. I can't believe it. Take that! Ha! I killed a man. Where is it shooting from? Is it that? I think it's that one over there in that tree. Oop. That's the button I needed. What's the control even do? Is that just a walk button? Why would I want a walk button in this? Oh, we died. I bet that was the guy I was trying to get. Alright, I'm tired of doing that. Screw it. Let's look at everything. Let's do it. Hey, look at that. I won. Yeah, I won. See, this is probably like the only main at least to me, this feels like the only truly worth it thing in this game is this little firing range. But again, that's just me. I am curious though. Sorry, I went silent. I had to concentrate there. Had to put my concentrating face on. Okay, because it does actually have bullet drop physics in it, which I'm sure, again, we can just get on the Unreal Marketplace. Again, I'm not saying they did or they didn't. I'm just saying it can be done. What is our longest range thing? 500 meter. God, I wish I could go to a 500-meter range, but there's none of those that I can find here in Indiana. Now you know the state I live in. Well, I think I've probably mentioned it before. Got him right in the nuts. I'm going to keep that shot. Well, we got moving targets. Blammo. This thing has such a delay before we get to shoot again. Oh, because there's just no animation to action your bolt. Because why would you put that in a game that has a bolt action weapon? Gotcha. Well, let me reload with no animation again. That's weird. If you hit him at the tip of the skull, it doesn't actually count as hitting him in the skull. See if I can get it. Nope. Nope, it counts on that one. Huh. Weird. Alright, I am just not able to really find any more enjoyment out of all this. I don't know why I can bother to give it an AI settings on a map that has no actual AI on it. So, whatever. It's $4. Will it make you better at Battle Royale games? I don't know. I feel I'm ready to go in and just obliterate in those games. Take first place, my first game. I'm sure I could do it. I'm completely lying off my ass about everything I said there. Every word of what I just said there was wrong.